Alright everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to do a beginner's tutorial on 7 Days to Die. We are playing on the Xbox One today. Now I highly doubt there are any new players or beginners, but I'm gonna give this a try and see if maybe there is. You know, we have the new generation of the younger kids coming in. Okay, so for your character selection, you can choose whichever character you want. I particularly like Emma. So we're going to stick with Emma today. Alright, once you're on this page, you're going to set up a new game. Now, I'm going to choose local game because I'm going to survive alone. But you also have the choice of survival multiplayer, creative multiplayer, or private game. Again, you can choose whichever one you want. Now, the survival multiplayer is where you can host an online survival game. The creative multiplayer is creative online multiplayer. And then your private game. But again, we're going to choose the local game today. Now, on here, you have Game World. There's two different types of worlds. You have your Novice Game and your Random Gen. Now, I'm just going to quickly and briefly go over the difference between both. Novice Game is a handcrafted campaign world. And it's basically, no matter what the seed of the... How am I supposed to explain this without getting tongue-tied? Pretty much whatever you name your game, the POIs and locations are not going to change. Now, the Random Gen one, unfortunately, is kind of obvious when it says Random Gen. Now, the only way to continue on getting the same maps where the same POIs, you have to continuously, every time you start a game, use the same seed. Otherwise, it's randomly generated. So today we are going to choose the Novice Game. Only because I kind of like Novice Game. Then you're going to go to your local game options. This is where you're going to choose all your standard, modded, restore, and your rule sets. So for your standard options, you have your difficulty settings. There's 6 different settings to choose from, starting from the first one at Scavenger, which is the easiest setting designed for noobs, all the way down to your number 6, which is Insane. Now, if you choose as a beginner to play on Sane, I agree with the saying, you're one brave mother. But today we are going to choose to leave it on Scavenger, only because I'm going to play as a noob to kind of give the new players an idea of how to go about in the beginning of the game. Then we're going to go down to the zombies run. Now, I'm going to set the zombies to never run, but you can choose to have them walk during the day, run at night, or default, well, that is default, or you can have them constantly running, or never run. I'm going to keep mine set on never run. I don't want to be chased and hunted down at night when they're running. So then you have your enemy aggression. This controls how aggressive your zombies are. Now there's 2 types of aggressive zombies. You have your normal and your feral. Now feral means that they are very aggressive, and even at night they can sense you through, walls and buildings. So we're going to keep that on normal. Now here we have daylight length. Now this is how many hours the sun shines per day. I'm going to keep it to the highest setting, which is 18. I like the longer days, not so much the longer nights, but I guess it's okay because with the longer nights you can get more mining and whatnot done. So once you have that all set, then you're going to want to go to your modded options. Now, on this page, the first one you're going to see is drop on death. Now, you have 4 options. You can drop everything. You can just the tool belt. You have backpack only, or delete all inventory on death. I like to do the backpack only, to drop the backpack on death, because I like to keep what's on my tool belt, which are your main important items that you may need, like first aid kit, a bandage, some tools, maybe a weapon. So we're going to keep it on backpack only. Now, down here to enemy memory, we're going to keep it set on 90. Now, this is the time in real seconds that a zombie will pursue something that it has sensed in the world. So, again, you can adjust your own settings, but I'm going to keep mine set at 90. I don't want to be running, around and like on a 30-second and have a zombie, sense me and then chasing me all over the place. So we're going to keep it at 90. I'll have a better chance of getting away. Now here on enemy spawning, this is the amount of enemies that will spawn in your world. You have your disable at 0%, very low at 50, and so on to where it gets very high at 150%. We are going to keep our set on disable, only because, again, this is a beginner's tutorial just to give people an idea of how to set your game up in the beginning. Now, down where it comes to your block durability. Now, this modifies the hardness of every block in the world. Now, if you increase the hardness, then you and zombies will do less damage to blocks, and your mining becomes much slower. So we're going to keep the block durability down to 25. Again, only because it is basically in creative. We're not putting it in creative, but we're going to use the creative mode, again, just to help, kind of get people familiarized and how to play the game. The newbie players. Okay, now here at the loot respawn time, this is the number of days for loot to respawn if there are no players around. We're going to keep it set on 5. Now you can choose whichever one you want, but I'm going to leave that at the setting that's already here. Because it's just me, I'm not playing with anybody else. Then we're going to go to your loot abundance. Now this is the percentage of loot to spawn in containers and on zombies. Right now it's set at 100. We're going to leave it on 100. Again, you can choose the settings that you want. Now, airdrops. This means how often supplies are airdropped in game hours. Now, we're going to keep it set on 24, again, because it's just me. This is just a beginner's tutorial. So, we're going to keep it set on 24. Now you have your 24-hour cycle. This is how long in real minutes it takes for 24 hours to pass in the game. We're going to keep our set at 120, which is 2 hours. So 2 hours of gameplay is going to take 24 hours to pass in the game. So again, you can change the settings. I think it goes all the way down to like 30 minutes. The highest is 120, so we're going to keep it, on the 120. Marked airdrops. Now this sets if existing airdrops will show on the map and the compass. We're going to keep it marked as on. Again, that's the setting it was on when I loaded into here, so we're going to keep it at that. Now you have the choice of either you can, turn them on or you can turn them off, whichever. Now for the unowned mini bike icons, We're going to leave it off again because we are the only ones, well, I am the only one playing. Now, if I were to be playing a game with somebody else and I started the game, I would want to turn it on because I want to see how many players come into the games, and when they want to build a mini bike and then they lose it and then they rebuild another one, I'll be able to see the mini bikes that have been left behind. So I kind of like that, but because again this is a beginner's tutorial, we're going to leave it off. Now here's the cheat mode. Now this sets if creative mode and tools are allowed. Now once you keep this set on either on or off, this is a permanent setting that cannot be changed once the game is created, or you're going to have to create a new game. The only downfall on this is the achievements cannot be earned with this active, which is fine. Again, this is a beginner's tutorial. We do not need to go through all that. I will eventually show you exactly how to go about in another episode. We'll we'll start maybe a new game, and then I'll show you how to earn your skill points and whatnot. So for now you're going to have to name your seed. The seed is what you want to name your game. So I'm just going to randomly choose, let's see, we're just going to do numbers. We're going to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's going to be our game seed. Once you have this on your screen to verify your name, you have to verify that the name that you entered is correct, and then you're going to hit OK. Okay, now you are randomly starting the game. And once we get logged in, we're going to go through some basics. It's your first. Once you get logged into the game, you're going to have a simple of like 8 quests that need to be completed. Very simple quest. One is a bedroll. You're going to have to collect the resources to make a bedroll. Then there's the stone axe, and then there's the campfire. The starting base. What else is there? Oh, for the life of me, I can't even think of it off the top of my head right now. I just got home from work a little bit ago, so I'm trying to put everything together here. Okay, now we are spawned into the world, and we are going to have to do a little bit of reading, which isn't much, but the starter basics of survival. It says, "Dear friend, the wasteland can be an unforgiving place, and you look like you could use some help. Enclosed is a short guide to help you survive. If you complete it, we just might take in a new citizen. The White River Settlement. It's real and it's safe. Good luck, Noah." And once you have read that, you're going to come up to, it's going to give you another thing that you're going to have to read, which is your quest tracking. Your basic survival is your active quest. The quest status is displayed on the objective tracker in the top right of the screen. For more information on quest, you need to access your inventory and navigate to the quest menu. Awesome. Okay, now we got that done. Got all our reading material done. Oh, and look at this. I spawned right at the edge of the world. Now, before we even get into anything, let me grab some plant fibers to at least get my bedroll down. You're going to need like 20 plant fiber. Now, your plant fiber is your grass, of course, Alright, now we have the plant fibers. Now, you're going to want to go to your crafting area, and then you want to craft a bedroll. Once you have that bedroll crafted, just wait like 18 seconds, 19 seconds till it's done, and then you want to place that in your inventory. In your tool belt. And voila, we are done with that. Now, I'm just going to randomly place my bedroll. Okay, so now that the bedroll is placed, I'm going to go over something real quick for the new players to know. Now you can see the difference from that biome to this biome. Okay, this biome here you want to stay away from. This is your radiated biome. If you even think about crossing into that biome, you will become radiated and you will die. If you come across a hazmat suit, you're lucky if maybe you can get so far into the biome, but you will end up dying. This is basically telling the players that this is the edge of the map. You don't want to go any further. Okay. So now that we laid our bedroll down, we already completed our first quest. Now, our second quest is going to be where we need to craft a stone axe. So now we need to find some stones, and we need to gather up some wood. Okay, so we need to find a couple stones. Let's see, is there any more stones over here? Okay. And then again, we're going to have to grab some wood. You know, we'll just punch this tree here. This usually gives us a decent amount, like 15 pieces or so. Oh, okay, like 12 pieces. But that is enough to get us started. Let's punch our rock here or something, so maybe we can get some more stone. Okay, now that we have everything that we need, we can go into our crafting, go down to stone axe. We're going to make a stone axe. 4 seconds is all it takes. We're going to want to put that into our inventory, into our tool belt. So let's grab a little bit more stone. Alright, we got a decent amount of stone. Alright, let's go back to this. Alright, so now we need to craft some fiber clothing. We need something like 35 or 40 pieces of plant fiber. Again, there's only about a total of 8 quests that need to be completed in the beginning of the game. Now, I do have the zombies off, only because, again, I want to show everybody, the new players, which I hardly doubt there are any, but, hey, it's worth a shot, you know? Oh, okay, we got more than enough plant fibers. Alright, so now we're going to go back to our crafting. We're going to go up to clothing, and then that's when we are going to craft our clothing. Now, once we have our clothing crafted, it's going to give us another quest that we need to wear our clothing. And we will do just that. Okay. Now that is done and out of the way. Now we need to wear our clothing. So we're going to click onto them, and we are going to wear them. Alright, another quest is completed. And our next one is we need to craft a wooden club. Now we have the wood in our inventory. So we're going to go into the crafting, and we are going to make a wooden club. I think it takes like 3 seconds. And then we're going to slide that down into our tool belt. Alright, now we need to craft some bow and arrows. Some bow and arrows. Alright, so we need some wood. We're going to go with these small trees here. I need to stop getting the grass. Okay, and then we have the stone. Now we just need to look for bird's nest. So the bird's nest gives us the feathers. Aha, look at that. We got our first bird's nest. And we have 8. Okay, now that we have everything that we need, first thing we're going to do is, again, go into the crafting, craft your bow, and then craft your arrows. Alright, now that quest is up and done out of the way. Now we have another quest, and that is to start a base, and we need more wood. Okay. So now that we got more wood, again, back into the crafting, find wood frames. Now we only need to make 3, so that's exactly what we're going to do. Now that we have the wood frames done, all we need to do is place them on the ground and upgrade them. Okay. Now that we have that done, our next quest is to build a campfire. Now, I'm hoping that everybody understands the basics of the game. Just follow the beginning of the quest, do what has to be done. Okay. Now, we are finished with all the quests. Says, good job, survivor. You have proved to be capable with much potential. We have marked your map with the nearest White River Outpost location. There you will find a trader where you can buy and sell goods and trade stories with one of our friendly citizens. Welcome aboard, Noah. Well, thank you so much, Noah. Okay, so that is pretty much the beginning of the game on what you're going to have to do quest-wise. And that's pretty much it. You got your bedroll down. You got your quest done. So, which is really good. I'm just going to quick do a little bit of searching with some of this stuff here. Ooh. Because you never know what you can find. Maybe we'll be lucky. Well, we came across the cars and we did not find a miner's helmet, which I think would have been really good. Okay, item assembly. Oh, you know what? That's right, we need to find the trader. So, we looked on our map. We can see like a little icon right above the mark where it has east. So now we're going to open up our map. Now, before I go any further, you see on the map where it's all red right here. That is your radiated zone. That means stay out. That is your nuclear war zone. That is one of the last biomes, again, that you don't want to be in. You will die. Okay, so we're going to expand this a little bit. Oh, and we found our trader. So hopefully he's in the green biome. I'm going to mark this. I'm going to put a waypoint. I'm going to save it as trader. Okay, now that we got the trader marked, we'll do that on our next episode. But the beginning of the game, you want to do your quest, collect as many resources as you can. And here's another thing. These tree stumps are awesome. You could find some really good loot. Like, I just found a really good padlock. You could always use that when you go to the traders and you could trade stuff in. But, you know, we searched everything here. There was nothing left. So, but this is, again, is your basic of what to do when you first start the game. Now, here's a little tip for the new players. When you spawn in and you get all your quests and everything done, you'll kind of want to stay in that local area for the first few minutes, gather some resources, your wood, your plant fibers, your stone. You know, this way, as you go down the line, you'll be able to craft more bow and arrows. Yeah, more bows, more arrows, some more stone axes. So that's pretty much what you want to do in the beginning. We'll quick go in and we'll loot this house, and we'll call it a day after this, and see what, maybe we can find something good in this house, which I hardly doubt it. This is a crappy house, so there's nothing here. Now you can bash the paper, you can bash that. Let's see, there's nothing under here. Now normally in some houses underneath those things you might be able to find some hidden stash, like over here is one. Now you can see, down underneath there, search weathered backpack. So we're gonna search that. Oh, not a bad find for a beginning. We're gonna take that candle also. But there's not too much in this house. Nothing at all. So you could pick up the chair, you could break that down for firewood. Let's check the mailbox, see what we got in the mailbox here. Absolutely nothing. But again, you know, that's the basic beginning of 7 Days to Die. We're gonna stop here, and we'll make episode 2 of a little travel journey to the settlement. And we'll do some looting and some crafting on our way. So, I hope everybody enjoyed this video. If you like this video and you want to see more, just hit that like button. And we'll probably see you in the next video. So for anybody that's new, a new player, good luck. And hopefully I'll see you in the next video. And again, the next video it will be a journey to the trader. So I'm going to be getting off for now. It's been a long day for me. So I hope everybody had a good day, or will have a good day. And we'll talk to you at another time. Probably check back in another week. You know, if you hit that bell button to subscribe, you'll be notified every time I post a video. So also do that. I would greatly appreciate it. So for now, I'm getting off. I got things to do before my night is over. Got to make dinner yet for the family, so yeah. All right, so everybody have a good night, and I will talk to you in the next video, which will be episode 2. All right, talk to you later. Bye.